It's been 11 months since the libertarian Javier Milei became president of Argentina. What has been doing during this time? Has anything changed in Argentina? In this video you will learn what's happening in Argentina by the experience in first hand of an Argentinian. So if you are ready, let's start with this.
Ministerio de Turismo y Deporte, afuera. Ministerio de Cultura, afuera. Ministerio de Ambiente y Desarrollo Sostenible, afuera. Ministerio de las Mujeres y Género y Diversidad, afuera. Ministerio de Obras Públicas, afuera. Capitalistas.
So the president Javier Milei became president of Argentina in December 10th exactly. And he's been doing a super great change in Argentina that now we can live in peace without that much inflation, for example. So the main thing that he has achieved for Argentina that everybody wanted him to do that, it was lower inflation. And now we have 2% inflation in Argentina per month, which is extremely low compared what we are used to, what we used to have in the previous month. So for example, now, as I told you, now we have 2% inflation, but in December we had 25 inflation in just 1 month. And then in January we had 20%, in February we had 13%. So we were used to have a super high inflation, and we used to live with this for many years. But before starting with all of these great changes, let me tell you what context Milei is in. So Argentina, for the last 80 years, we've always had the left. So we normally had socialism, then we had something called Peronism, which was like a mixture of socialism and nationalism. Like for these 80 years, we only had Peronism. We didn't have any other thing except in the 90s, but it was 30 years ago anyways. When Milei became president of Argentina, it was like if Stalin had become the president of the United States. It's exactly the same here. So that's why he's super impressive that in this place, like this communist place of Argentina, this socialist place of Argentina, now we have this libertarian president that we have never had one. So it's super impressive. But now that you understand the context of Argentina and Milei's presidency, let's start with all of these changes. So the first and probably the most important one, it was inflation, or it is inflation. When he became president, the inflation has been lowering a lot, extremely a lot. Now it's like we can have a normal life, we can buy stuff, we can save our money, we can live without inflation, you know. So it's crazy for Argentina because we couldn't even save our money in pesos. Now it is going super great. The other great news for Argentina, it was the dollar, the price of the dollar. We normally had in the past like every 1 or 2 months we had like a super huge difference. So in Argentina we had like 5 or 6 types of different exchange of dollar. So the main is the dollar blue, which is like the non-official, like the classic that you can go somewhere, pay no taxes and just buy it to anyone. Then we got the official dollar, which is the one that you can buy in the government or in a bank. Okay, so as you can see in this graph, we used to have a super huge gap between the official and the blue dollar or the non-official dollar. And now in Argentina, we got this super little difference. Milei said that once we have this difference completely finished, he would open the cepo. What's the cepo? So the cepo is basically a control of exchange. You couldn't, for example, you couldn't buy $200 or $400 if you wanted to, because you have the cepo, so you cannot save up money. So what would you do with your money? Yeah, just spend it, and then you had inflation again, and then you couldn't do anything. You couldn't do anything because you just can't save up money because you have inflation. So that's why the cepo was a huge problem, and he will soon eliminate it. Another great news is the country risk. The country risk of Argentina, as you can see, it is normally super high in Argentina. So now with new president Javier Milei, he's been lowering to the point that we had this country risk number 5 years ago. which is incredible because just in 1 year, well, not actually not 1 year, just 11 months, we are having record numbers. I personally think that Milei has been creating and making a super huge change of Argentina, and it's incredible. So most of young people voted for him, and he's doing what he said, which was super weird because we normally are used to have politicians that they say something and they do not do anything or they do nothing about this. So he's being honest. He said that he was going to fix the economy, and he also said that we were going to be with super bad conditions of the economy because we had this recession. But we were about to have another inflation crisis. So everybody voted for him to fix this problem. Another interesting thing is that in Argentina we have like 8 to 10 million people that have state subsidies, and they still voted for him. And he said, in the future, I will eliminate all of these state subsidies because it's people that just they do not work. Even though he said that everybody voted for him, and even probably like if we had these 10 million people, 5 million people, or 6 million people voted for him. So it's incredible because people now want to work. People now have a huge change in their mind. So I think that Argentina will soon be a new world, a new country. So I hope that all of this keeps moving on. So if you want to come to Argentina, or if you're interested in coming, or maybe you want to learn Spanish, you have my Telegram group in the description where I always share and I always help people with all of these topics. You will also keep updated with all the news of Argentina. And please subscribe to this video because in this video you will find a lot of material to learn Spanish, a lot of material to learn about Argentinian culture, what's the news of Argentina, and all about Latin America and Spanish. So if you have liked this video, please comment what do you think of Milei, what do you think of this video. See you in the next video. Nos vemos!